This is a day that the Lord has made. I can't get this to be right. Where's my phone? Oh, Lord. How can I get this fixed? Oh, I think I know what I need to do to get this to stay. Hello, Bombastic. What do you call me Puerto Rico for? I'm trying to tighten up my. Okay, that's a little bit better. Thunder and the lightning. Thunder and the lightning. You guys, I wasn't gonna go live, but I decided. I just got home. It's humid because we finally have rain. Finally. It's been raining for about 4 hours now. I don't know if you can hear. There's some thunder. I'm here, I'm here. Yes, we need it. My trees are probably dancing because I don't water them enough, so they're probably all excited. How are you doing? Whoever is here. There's lightning. Did you see a reflection? Eric, I'm glad to see you finally got unbanned. Oh, I'm glad to be able to put you on timeout, Eric. Thank you, Lord. Sometimes the thunder scares me. Okay, so last night, trees need water. Yes. They won't grow, right, if they don't have water. Last night, there was a lot of lightning. No thunder, no rain, just bright lightning. I couldn't sleep. I need to put up my blackout curtains. But I kind of like having the sun come, shine through early. Hello, why? I don't know, can you hear the rain? It's so fun when I used to just do videos and not go live. It would be so fun to record on when it's thundering and lightning outside. Really bombastic. Mo Breeze, I've not seen you in so long. I know you comment on my videos, but haven't seen you live. How are you? It is finally raining over here and thundering. I like it. I like when it does this. Mo is traveling. Good for you, Mo. Roblox, are you a child? Because there's no children allowed here. I didn't have enough water today, I know that. Okay, so my dad has family in the Houston area, and they were telling him how it was raining a lot. Mo is doing fantastic. I like that. I like that. That's awesome. Mo also had rain. Thunder and lightning. Thunder. Thunder. Yeah, they have a lot of flooding over there in Houston. Mo Breeze says, so what's up? How was your trip? Mo Breeze. Okay, it was only, I went for training, right, for work. It was actually, okay, this is how it really went, okay? I was looking forward to it because my son was away with his dad. So this is the first time I've been on a trip for work, because usually I'm worried about my child, like making sure he gets up on time, gets fed, you know, all that good stuff. This is the first time I went on a trip and I did not worry. A work trip. It was fun. It was exciting. I stepped out of my comfort zone and I hung out with my coworkers instead of doing my own thing, instead of staying in the hotel room. Which, you guys, I was tempted. When they're like, hey, do you want to go out for dinner? And then another message came from another, do you want to hang out at the pool? I was really wanting to. Oh, that trip. I was really wanting to go out and do my own thing, but I was like, Vanessa, go hang out, go socialize. That trip to the church, it's in, it's also, it was a drive. I went with my dad and my brother. We went because we didn't know what kind of cancer my dad had, and he didn't understand either. So we went because we found out it was skin cancer and it was in an early stage and it would be curable. So we went to just go, well, my brother wanted to go give thanks at that church. So I tagged along. But yeah, we've been going to that church since I was a little kid, just for special things. There's a story behind it, okay? I don't know if you noticed that there was one like tower, but the other didn't have one. It was never completed, and anyone who tried to complete it, there was just like an accident of some sort, and they were never able to completely finish it. Thank you, Mo Breeze. Hi, Angela. Three amigos. It has a lot of history at that church. Apparently, it's Spanish architecture because it was the Spanish people that built it. Of course. I don't know if this is true, and I wanted to look into it. I heard one of the people saying that, I don't know if you could really see, but there was two lions inside the church, like right at the altar on either side. And then there's two lions going up that mountain that I kind of focused on. And apparently lions are, like I said, I need to look this up. That's what the Spanish would always do. They would put lions up. Me, my dad, and my brother, Three Amigos. Mowbray says in the movie Three Amigos, they was at that church and looked like the church he was at. You know what? Now I need to watch that. Oh yeah, that was fun because afterwards we went to eat some good Mexican food. And then we went to a really good Mexican bakery. It was a nice trip. Fun. So where have you been traveling to, Mowbray? Angela, do you guys hear the rain? I'm so excited. It's raining here. Yeah, did you guys have a good day? I had quite a day. It was good though. I don't think anything bad happened today. Everything was all good. It was great. Right now, I'm chilling. I'm in the Atlantic area of New Jersey. Interesting, Mowbray. Atlantic. Oh, you haven't been out of state. Okay, I didn't even, so after work, it was hot and bright as can be. And then when I took my dad to his doctor appointment, it was like kind of cloudy, but still very bright. And then in the evening, all of a sudden, the dirt came through. A lot of dirt. And then the rain came. And it's been raining ever since. Oh, cool. Mowbray's had oxtail, rice, and cabbage. I'm pretty sure I've tasted oxtail, but I'm not certain. Who is texting me? Uh-oh. Power outages are happening where I'm at. I'm so glad that my city finally has text alerts, and they let you know when there's an accident. They let you know how the weather is. They let you know about special events now. So I got a message that power is out in part of the city. Boombasic has never known what oxtail is. The only reason I say I think I've had it because my brother said he's made it before, and I've eaten it before. Okay, so when you say rice and cabbage, is the rice made separate and then your cabbage was made separate? Yes, we get Amber Alerts too, Bombastic. Well, if I set it up on my phone, I can hear here. Apparently, I can choose if I want to receive an Amber Alert, so I do have that on. I can choose to hear like national weather, but the text messaging is something I subscribe to through my city, which is really cool. Actually, you know what? I think I turned off Amber Alerts because one time my phone went off in the middle of the night when I was sleeping good, y'all. I was sleeping so good. And I was like, you know what? I feel for the people who have this situation, but most of the time they don't, they're not in my area, but I get the notification anyway. So I turned off the Amber Alert notification, like the sound, but I'll still see it pop up on my phone. Plastic is having chicharrones. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We all have alerts. And I'm able to customize alerts. I would imagine everyone can too, also. Okay, the only way I eat chicharrones or pork rinds is I make a dip, and it is sour cream and el pato sauce. I mix that together, and that's when I'll dip my pork rind into it. A long time ago, like years ago, I did the Atkins diet, and that was one of my favorite things to eat. Pork rinds dipped in sour cream and el pato. Child of the Corn was a crazy movie. Did you watch that, Bombastic? I think I'm pretty sure I watched it when I was a little kid. Okay, very little. And ever since then, I really get creeped out around the cornfields. It's your first time eating them. Oh, in a long time. Yeah, they're a good snack with 0 calories. I don't know. I don't actually not 0 calories, but they're good. The fried pork chops be banging. Oh, it got quiet. Okay, I still hear a little drizzle outside, but not as much. I'm so happy I have Friday off, but I do have to go to work tomorrow. I like them chunky. Are you talking about that song? That I made it short. I like them chunky. I don't know why I thought of that movie, and it was when I was live and I showed you guys that little video clip, And then I was like, I'm gonna use that song. Oh my goodness. I hope I sleep good. Because last night I couldn't sleep, y'all. I was up checking on my child because he had the window open. And I'm like, go close that window, please. I did a duck video and I used that song today. Awesome. That is so awesome. Oh, goodness. Oh, breeze. This is my plan. As a matter of fact, I'm finishing up my grocery pickup order. I want to pick up my grocery order tomorrow. Let me make sure I got all my coupons clipped. This is what I said I'm doing. I'm going to make myself. If my child is here, then he can have some like a sausage, like a bratwurst. I'm going to make hamburgers. I'm going to have ribs with some barbecue and make potato salad. And I'm going to have, I need to create a playlist with sad country music and sad Mexican music. Because I'm going to be by myself. It's going to be a different kind of 4th of July this year. What are you doing? I'm just making sure I clip all of the coupons I could get. Hey Gabe, how are you? Mowbray says turn the air on, get a nice hot shower, and you're gonna fall out. Yeah, so that's my plan. We're actually having fireworks for the city tomorrow instead of on 4th of July. They're going to have the fireworks on the 3rd, which is cool, you know, because usually you stay up late that night, so then I'll have the next day off. I mean, I would have anyways because the next day would be Saturday, but this is the first time I will be celebrating 4th of July on the 3rd. Well, I don't know how to officially barbecue Mowbray's, but I'm going to do a barbecue the way I know how. Gabe says go somewhere and celebrate. I mean, on the 3rd, there is a city event, you know, in the evening. It starts at like, I don't know, 6 o'clock. And then fireworks are at 9 o'clock. But I might go. I usually just show up for the fireworks. Yes, Mowbreeze, I want to listen to sad music. I want to be in my feelings. I'm going to choose to. Now, if I really do that, I don't know. That's just my plan, okay? Bombasi says con ilusiones marcó su destino, pero no quiso. I think that's the song that Bombastic keeps asking me to, or telling me to listen to, and I haven't, Bombastic. I don't know. I just don't feel right going by myself to places like that, Gabe. I know you're the one encouraging me to go to a public place. I don't like going by myself. We'll see. We'll see if I go. But it gets so packed to try to find a parking space. Is that the song you're listening to right now, Bombastic? Oh. No, I think that's all I'm going to buy. Okay. Got my order put in, and I'm going to pick it up after work tomorrow. I'm so upset. I had canceled my debit card, and they never sent me out a new one. So today I was like, because I've been checking the mail every single day. So I called the bank and I'm like, when is my debit card coming? When did you guys send it out? They're like, we didn't. I'm like, why? So I told them all over again. I'm so frustrated with this situation. So I'm kind of limited with no debit card. Enjoy myself taking the festivities and leave when it's done. Don't overthink stuff. I live in a small town, but I suppose I would meet new people. Okay, my order is in. So I don't have to worry about that. Hey, Lady Sky, how's it going? Okay, so, Lady, I was just saying how it was thundering and raining when I first started my live stream. But it had been doing that for like the past 4 hours. But now it's calmed down. I don't I don't hear anything outside. We needed rain. It has not rained in so long. Bombastic says, do a tailgate barbecue with us from your truck and watch the fireworks. Oh my goodness. Bombastic, I am not going to be out there in that heat. And that sounds great. Lady is okay. I'm glad you're here, Lady. Yes, we needed rain. It has not rained here since January-ish. Sometime early in the year. February maybe. Get a little barbecue grill and just bang right there. There's thunderstorms here. It just began about 15 minutes ago. Oh, how cool. I don't know why. I just find it so intriguing to know what your weather is. And it's so cool to know that, like, when it's a bright moon, we can all see it no matter. Well, most of us can see it at the same time. $15. Oh, it's been hot where you're at too, lady? Oh my, it feels like today was so hot. Because I've been taking my dad to the doctor every day. Well, to go get treatment every day. And it felt like today was the hottest of the week. I need boot camp. What kind of boot camp? Let me see what the temperature was. Oh my goodness. It's saying it's going to keep raining for... It's supposed to rain for another hour here. Actually, it's supposed to keep raining for about 4 more hours. Yep. Hello, Tayab. Mowbreeze has never been to Nashville. Bombastic says you need some reform boot camp and enjoy life and try new safe things. Gabe says, I love the rain as long as I'm not getting soaked in it. I've never wanted to be like get wet in the rain. You know, some people like that thing. I don't mind being out there with an umbrella. I kind of figured you were from another country, Tayyab, because of your name. Gabe says, boom, that's very safe and modest, too. What is safe and modest? Um, hold on, you guys. Oh, goodness. I've been trying to get out, you guys, a little bit more. Um, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I was in a mood today where I'm like, you know what? I'm just, I need to focus on myself and kind of forget about wanting to find my husband. That way it's a total shock when I do. A total surprise. But you guys, I don't know if I could do that. I mean, I want to, but I don't know if I could. Okay, Boombastic, I like that idea of eating, like just having my little dinner on the tailgate, waiting for fireworks. Having a picnic by myself. Oh my goodness. I don't know. We'll see. I can't remember if I even went last year to look at fireworks. I think I stayed home alone. 2 years ago, I remember parking. My son went with me, but he left me. He went off to go find his friends. So I just sat at my car by myself. You don't know who you're gonna meet if you don't try. Remember, and your friends are my friends. Mowbray says, go ahead and do a barbecue. The firefighter might come up and start talking to you. Okay, the sad thing about it is my brother is a firefighter, y'all. If the firefighter was going to be in for me, I think that would have happened already. So, because I've done a few things with my brother when he's doing firefighter stuff. Y'all, there's just no hope for me. That's kind of what I've concluded is my person was not created. What is going on with my mascara? Bombastic says if she does a tailgate barbecue, Chips will stop and talk to you. Oh, cops! I'm like, barbecue chips. I'm thinking, who are the barbecue chips? You know what? Even when I see police officers, I try to be really nice to them, but it's just not for me, you guys. There is no one here for me, and I'm not. I want to cry, but I'm not going to. What you doing for July 4th? Yeah, what are you doing, Boombastic? I wanted to do a barbecue, but might drive around and eat as I drive. Boombastic, what if you do both things? What if you have your barbecue in the evening and eat and drive around like in the earlier part of the day? Mo will be going into everybody's house and get some barbecue. You can eat brisket while driving. Hey, haven't seen you in a while. Do you think you may have overlooked the person for you? Maybe you met them when you were younger and overlooked him. No, I don't think so, I've said it before. If someone is for me, like if God has a person for me, He's going to find me no matter what obstacle, no matter what road He had to travel, and vice versa. So no, I don't think that happened. Nope. And I'm horrible, you guys, about giving my exes a second chance. So I think everyone had their chance and it didn't work out. So um there's there's no one from the past. Now, if we never dated before, I mean it's a possibility. We just haven't crossed paths again. Bombastic says, Gabe, yes, in a flower tortilla and eat and drive and drink a soda and have 5 tacos rolled. Oh, you go, Bombastic. I don't think I've ever eaten a burrito while I'm driving. Cause y'all, I do not want to miss any part of my burrito. Now I've eaten with the hamburger and fries, but not a burrito. Says, are there any past relationships that you think you could have done something differently? No. Mm-mm. Mohan says, so nice. Mowbray says, no, never go backwards, never go towards the X. Is the X flower. There's an X for a reason, you're right. Gabe says, every thought maybe you are always shutting down opportunities to be out there enjoying simple activities is a reason. Okay, this is how I think, you guys. If the Lord really wants me to be at that 4th of July celebration to find my husband, He would put that in me. You know what I mean? He would put that spirit in me to want to be there, and it's just not there. So that's why I don't think I'm going to be missing out. Vanessa's tacos. Oh, goodness. Oh, my goodness. Okay, Mohan is the one that said I looked beautiful in a red dress the other day when it was really a pink, hot pink shirt, and today it's a black shirt. But thank you, Mohan, for the compliment. Mubasa says, look, forget the husband and enjoy life until you find a boyfriend first. Well, that's the whole point. Bombastic is to find he would be my boyfriend first, he would be my fiance, and then the husband. It's not like, oh, will you marry me on the first encounter? Gabe says, the Lord gives free will, Vanessa. Besides, look at the alternative, Home Alone and sad music. Home Alone and sad music sounds good to me, Gabe. Oh, goodness. No, I don't know. I really don't know what I'm going to do. Bye, Mohan. Thank you. Thank you for stopping in. But the older I get, I do, like every year that passes, I do lose hope. I really do lose hope. You like Ana Gabriel? Says, so all relationships that you've been in that ended was 100% the other person's fault. I know some of the past breaks I had it. Okay, the very first relationship that I would consider a relationship, he ended it both times. Because, I gave him 2 chances. He ended it. The first time he moved out of state. I mean, we were young. We were early teen. late teens. And then he came back, and we kind of got together, but kind of didn't. And then he got into drugs, and he moved again. The second relationship, which was my son's father, I would never go back to him, ever. I said it one night, what the situation was. I won't ever say it again on here, I don't think. And then the last relationship I was in, I ended it because he just totally was not good for me or my son. I tried though. I tried to be patient with him. It just wasn't good. Bombastic loves Ana Gabriel. Mowbray says, yeah, but don't search yourself on a miss. Try to find a husband every day. Just be patient. Love yourself more and things shall come. Gabe says, just go out and enjoy. We tend to be complacent and not enjoy the simple blessings God has given us. Bombastic says, but I will never marry Ana, and Jenny Rivera looks like a lion to me. Where did that come from, Bombastic? Where did that come from? I was never a Jenny Rivera fan, but after she passed, I started to kind of listen to her music and, learn a little bit about her. And I was like, you know what? She wasn't too bad. Oh, okay. You're talking about your ex's, Bombastic. Says, yeah, children are a blessing, but it does make it harder to date. Your future person may have to have children already. Yeah. Thankfully, I only have one son, but and I'm very protective, like a lion, a lioness, or whatever you call them. But he's gonna be an adult soon, so I have a feeling that might change dating a little bit, but not really. Yeah, the problem I was coming across on the dating app, and I didn't feel comfortable, was a lot of the guys that had an interest in me. They're about my age or even older and never had kids, and it just didn't seem right because I no longer want kids. I'm just in an area that is so it's like uncomfortable, I guess, for dating right now. Because of the kids and the no kids and the age. Maybe I have to wait another 10 years when I'm older and like children aren't really in the conversation at all. Bombastic says, but mostly the people in our age range either have children or don't have children and never will have children by now. Gabe says, effort. I believe God rewards your efforts. Different vibes when you meet someone face to face. Oh, I know. I know, Gabe. I've been in the dating scene before 7 years ago. And I know the effort it took. It just doesn't feel right now. I keep trying to push it, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Yeah, who is single in here? And we're all giving dating advice. Who's single? Who's married? Mo is single. Boombasa has been single for over 10 years. I was trying to think, when was my last relationship officially over? I would say, I mean, the last time I saw my ex was in November of last year. December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So I've been single for 8 months. Emma says, I met a woman and we went out for about a month before I found out she had children. It was summer and the kids was with their father. I had to cut it off once I found out. I'm childless. Did you cut it off because she didn't tell you about the children, or did you cut it off because you didn't want to date someone with children, even if she was up front? Gabe says, you got to go out and do. Nothing wrong with bombastic suggestions. Go out and socialize. Oh, goodness. When I was talking to my partner overseas, I didn't know they had two children. I would always hear one, and then we started talking, and the second one pops out. Boombastic, do you feel like you had more of a pen pal than a partner that was overseas? Mowbray says dating women with children is starting to be a problem. Why is it starting to be a problem, Mowbray? Before, I think I was single for, let's see, how many years? I was single for about 6 years. When my son was like, I was just focused on him, making sure he had a really good foundation. What is that noise? Gabe says, just date and see where stuff goes. If a relationship comes, it comes. Mowbray says, the difference between the children's father and a mother. Boss says, yeah, when I talk about them, it's more of a connection, you know, being there and having love for each other type. It's just a connection one builds. Mowbray says, some men don't like other men around their children, and it's the same for women. Yeah. I remember those days when my son's father used to be dating different women. It would upset me. It's like, who do you have my kid around? Yeah. And I didn't want men walking in and out of my home when my son was younger, so that's why I chose to be single for a very long time. But now that he's older, I don't think, well, I think it would still be a bad thing if I dated a lot of people. I don't know. I don't know. That's why me and you in the same boat. I'm always alone. Mowbray says, but I travel and I do have fun and enjoy myself. That's so cool, Mowbray's. Do you travel by yourself though? Or do you travel with people, with friends? Bombastic says if I had financial freedom, I would be out there. And says, honestly, I didn't want to date a woman with kids. It's fun to mess around, but nothing serious. But it's just my humble opinion. Nothing against men who do. I'm just not one of them. Well, that's good that you're up. As long as you're upfront with the person you're dating, that's cool, Gabe says it's why sometimes I go to the bar, order wings, a beer or two, and watch the game, even though I got food, beers, and TV at home. That's why Bombastic flirts. It's safer that way. And Mowbray says, yes, I travel alone by myself. I know I'm going. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm just living in my best line. You know what? As a woman, I don't know if it's a good idea to travel alone. So that's another reason why I don't necessarily go out anywhere. Mowbray says, oh yeah, I did read that. Yeah, I'm trying to live my best life the way, I don't know, how should I say this? Everyone's definition of living their best life is going to be different, and I do feel like I am living my best life. I love having a part-time job. I love not having a full-time job right now, but I don't have really any spending money. But that was a sacrifice that I knew I would have to make. It is so good to know I just got to go to work for 4 hours and it pays my bills. It's not permanent. This is a temporary moment I'm in, and I am enjoying it. Solo trips are the best, but I'm a man. I agree. Women traveling alone is sketchy. Bombastic says, oh, Gabe is asking Bombastic if she dates. Bombastic says that's why when you go out by yourself, you take somebody on the phone with you. On the phone. Oh no. I'm like Cinderella and I go out by myself and I have a curfew. I have to be home by a certain time because I'm by myself. Mostly you could probably go to common places to the mall, church, and back home. Yeah, I had an idea. Actually, okay, the places I was thinking of going to, I doubt is going to be a man there. So I've got to put myself at a store where, because not all malls here are indoor, they're like outside. Yeah, it, it's a little bit complicated. I have to strategically put myself somewhere where I would run into a man and not have, a store that's just for women. Obviously, I'm not going to find my person there. How about gone, taken on a date? I'm not sure what Gabe is asking. Mowbray says you ain't got no girlfriend that you could chill with. All of my girlfriends are married. There's only one, and I was thinking about her the other day. She's also never been married and also has one son, but she's in a totally different time in her life because she had her kid when we were freshmen. So she's already a grandparent, and her grandson is almost the same age as my son. So we're kind of in different, how do I say it? I don't know, different parts of our lives, but I need to, yeah, I need to find a friend. Men don't like shopping, so I'm not gonna find them at the shopping mall, huh? Miracle, hello, hello. Miracle. Uh, Miracle, what is the name of your shopping pawn shop? Carol says good evening. This is what I'm gonna say. My occupation is that I follow Jesus Christ. That's my occupation. Gabe says boom when the last time you went on a date, and Mowbri's sneakers and clothes. Oh, Boombastic says time passes by so fast. Be still. Yeah, sometimes that advice is very important, or that scripture is very important, to be still. Link up with it and see what happens. Bombastic says, Gabe, the last person I was seeing broke up because I would not sleep with them. And MM says, what's your thoughts on Bezos' wife? She's 55, I think, but this is her third marriage, and she should not be allowed to marry again. Bezos. Carol says, not sometimes, be still always. You're looking and wanting for something, you won't find it. Be still and it'll come to you. Very true, Carol. Very true. Jeff Bezos is the owner of Amazon. Well, I really don't care about Bezos, but since you're asking and you kind of explained, she should marry as many times as she wants. I don't know. As long as the marriage ended in her being a widow or she was cheated on, I no. The only way you can get married if you're following Jesus Christ, the only way you can get remarried is if you were left a widow. So I have limited myself. I can only marry someone who's completely single or they are a widow. I mean, like, never married or they are a widow. Mubasik is not going to give up her body. Everyone loves playing house. Let me pull up this Jeff Bezos. Why would you spend $60 million on a wedding even if you had the money? I don't know. You know, it's his life. Let him do what he wants. Let her do what she wants. Meanwhile, I spent $60 over my weekly budget inside myself. Boombastic says I'm happy at times playing house by myself. Mowbray says, who is these people? Caro and MM come on here randomly from time to time. Yeah. Gabe says it's why I could never buy a Rolls Royce even if I had the cash. Same here. I wanted to buy myself a Rolex watch because I could. But then I'm like, I really don't need that. I wanted to buy myself a Mercedes Benz because I could. And I'm like, I really don't need that. I try to be very simple. But every now and then, you know, I get the itch of, oh, I want something. Carol says they're the late night crew. Oh, you're talking about Bezos. Apparently, he's the owner of Amazon, Mowbray, because I didn't know who he was either. That is too funny as his sauce. What is that Italian sauce that's green? Pesto. Game, that's my dream car. And Mubasi says I like basil and tomato soup. Oh goodness. At Boom, if I got a deal for this 52 Rose Coupe, maybe. Oh goodness. You guys, we can talk about whatever you guys want on here, but somehow we always end up talking about relationships and being single. It could be depressing. There goes Bombastic. Flirting. Is that considered flirting? What Bombastic just typed. Carol says finding a boyfriend seems to be on your mind a lot. It is. It's on my mind a lot. It's been on my mind ever since my child told me, Mom, you should have a boyfriend. And he was trying to hook me up with someone when he was 10 years old. And then it also became really big on my mind because that was one of my mom's last words to me. She's like, I really hope you find someone that's good to you. Gabe says, so what do you think about Porsches, Vanessa? Well, I do know that Selena, you know, the singer from Texas that I used to idolize, she had a red Porsche and she has it in her museum. I think that's just too small. That car is too small for me. uh, I kind of have wanted a BMW or Mercedes Benz, or I was telling you guys a two-door Cadillac, like the top of the line, the highest trim, whatever they have. But do I really need it? No. Gabe says, in my opinion, it's not a real Porsche if it's not a two-seater coupe. I don't know. I don't really know anything about Porsches. I probably wouldn't know what they look like had Selena not had one. But I know what they look like since she did own one. Oh, goodness. I really don't. Okay, this might sound bad, but I really don't care about other people. I only care about myself. Okay, that sounds really bad, but like I'm not worried about Jeff Bezos and his wife Laura. I'm not worried about, you know what I mean? Oh my goodness. Mowbray says is a driver 2017. Gabe says BMW M6. Mowbray says he drives a Hyundai. Is a Velasa? Hold on. Oh no, that was different. Mombasi says Vanessa is telling you the truth. Carol drives a 2004 Corolla Sport. Hey, I had a Corolla Sport. I can't remember if it was a 2003 or 2004. It was my very first, no, it was my second brand new car I owned. And I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't be crazy over a guy who drives a Corolla though. But if you say so, Carol. Says no problem, but what does white got to do with shopping? I'm confused. Bombastic says, Carol, are you a guy or a female, if you don't mind me asking? I think he's a guy. It's just a piece of metal. I don't know. See, my type of guy would be driving a 4x4 truck. I don't care if it's old, I don't care if it's new. But that's what I would be going crazy over. Now, Corolla would be great for myself. Okay, Carol is the person that, he's the guy that says women are always coming onto him every single day. And now he's saying they love his Corolla Sport. He's hilarious. Am I a tran? What is a tran? I am a Christian woman, that's what I am. Gabe says, what about a guy that just liked you? What does that mean, Gabe? Basic says, yo pienso que es una mujer, lo siento. Mis besos. Carl says, when a woman actually likes you, she doesn't give a rip what you drive. I would not, I've already said it before, I would not date a guy who doesn't have a car. I would not date a guy who's driving a car that breaks down all the time because he can't afford to maintain it. That's something I will stick to. Gabe says, just likes you. I say all the things that I say, you guys, but when I don't have a lot of experience, okay, in relationships, but the few times I've been in relationships, how do I say it? Of course, I'm going to be okay with the negative stuff for a while. And if they don't want to change and be better and it's harmful to me in the long run or whatever over time, then it's time to go. But I'm not going to lower expectations or standards or whatever just because they like me. Bombasa says, oh, she's asking Carol. Carol says that's completely separate conversation. I spend money on buying real estate and investing, not looking flashy. Carol, you're the one that said women go crazy over your Corolla. Wait, you've dated an adult without a car before? I have not, and I said I won't. I won't do it. I won't date someone that does not have a vehicle. But again, I live in a place where you have to have a car. We don't have public transportation. So if you want to get somewhere, you've got to have a car. And I wouldn't date someone who has a car that's like falling apart and they can't fix it. Like they're struggling. I can't do it. Omar Zaman. I don't doubt it. I believe you that his bicycle was possessed. Repoed. Repoed. Carol says, Vanessa, maybe that's why you can't find the right guy, because you have unrealistic expectations of what a man should be like or what he has. Bombastic says, I've dated someone on the bus before. Mowbray says, I want a truck. I want a Chevy Silverado. And Bombastic says, women don't go crazy over a Corolla. Gia says, Vanessa, do you have British ancestry? I don't think so. The other day I went over my nephew's ancestry because he did the DNA stuff. I don't believe any of it was British. Carol says, yeah, but it's not why I have that car. They just like it because they like me. Carol, I'm sorry, but you're not making sense right now. I've never liked a car just because I liked the guy who drove it. MM says, I agree. After a certain age, an adult woman or man needs a car. That's a bare minimum. Gia thinks I'm British. Kate says British ancestry. What are you huffing? Oh, goodness. A little bit of, what's that song? The Mambo song? A little bit of nut nut and nut nut. A little bit of nut 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 nut. Okay, so Gia is full of Native American and she lives in Honduras. Okay. What tribe are you, Gia? Bombastic says not a little bit of nut nut. No, I was saying nut 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 nut. A little bit of nut 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 nut. What time is it? Okay, I'll stay up a little bit longer. Mobri says there's no buses where he is either. Gia says, I don't know, my parents were Christian. Okay, what does Christian have to do with the Native American tribe? MM says, what you date outside. Would you date outside your race? I would date, but I don't think I would marry outside my race. Gia, this is where I'm very suspicious of you. Because didn't she say she was in Honduras, Bombastic? Ironically, the 3 relationships I were in were not my race. They were different. There's only one race I do not think I would marry unless they were highly, highly the exception. You know what I mean? I don't want to rule out anyone. Because we're all human. Carol says, but let patience have her perfect work, that you may be perfect and entire, wanting nothing. Omar Zaman says, it was hot today. My taxi driver told me he needed to get something out of Walmart. Left me burning. I called someone else. The taxi driver called me an hour later. Omar, do you have any plans of buying yourself a Corolla? A Toyota Corolla? Bubasi says, I'm tired of Caro. Mowbray says, for real, why not? What if you found somebody that really loved you and it wasn't your race? I thought Gia was in the mountains of Punjabi. Mowbray says, yes, I understand. And Bombastic says, Gia, she's laughing. Omar Z has bad luck. Amen 13, hello. Good night, MM. Yeah, that's one thing about me is I guess because I did read the Bible at such a young age, and I grew up in a family that probably would have preferred me to be with the Mexican American, American Mexican, whatever. But I went with whoever I felt had a good heart, had a good mind, soul at that moment in time, that we crossed paths or whatever. Carol says, be completely humble and gentle, be patient, bearing with one another in love. Carol, sometimes it's hard to be patient with certain people. Sometimes you just won't jive with everyone. Not everyone will like you, which is a good thing. That is a really good thing. Bombastic says, now you have to come back to that. Omar Z says, yeah, but money's been really tight. I haven't been able to go back to my second job due to foot problems. You're still having your foot problems, Omar. Ouch. What was your second job, by the way? Sometimes I wonder, though, how much does your taxi ride cost? Like, does that amount to a car payment and insurance? You know what I mean? If someone can affect you that much emotionally, then it's not them, it's you. And Omar Z says, at a soul food restaurant. Oh, but wouldn't you want to try out totally different professions, Omar? Try something different. Bombastic says, stop drinking, Omar, and your food will get better. Oh, that too. You'll save money by not drinking. And how much are you spending on the taxi ride every day? I would imagine that's a good amount of money every month. Do not get drunk on wine, which leads to debauchery. Instead, be filled with the spirit of joy. Yep, amen to that. That's why I don't drink, y'all. That's one of my scriptures that I reference for no drinking. Mubasik says, because the yeast of the beer affects the gout. And Mubasik says, Carol, for the last week, I've been asking you if you were a guy or a girl, and you've been ignoring me. You've been on your high horse. And Omar Z says, I try to work within a 5-mile area. Oh, so it's about $15 a ride? Huh. Well, I hope things get better for you, Omar. But like Boombastic said, I don't think it would hurt you to stop the drinking. I think you'll only find benefits financially, maybe physically, maybe mentally. Uh, I think it's in your best interest to not drink. Carol says, Boombastic, you're a spectator. I'm here for the host. Omar Z says, it's not my gout, it's my foot. And Mowbray says, drink Gatorade or water. What exactly is the problem, Omar? I really want to try to help you out. I think we all want to help you out. Is it the type of shoe you're wearing? Is it something you're eating or not eating? Gout starts in your feet. Ooh, really, Mowbreeze? What is gout? Let me look that up. I don't know what it is. Guys, I need to search that up. Ooh, it says that It's intense joint pain, especially in the big toe, along with swelling, redness, and warmth in the affected joint. I don't know. That does sound painful. Okay, I was waiting for Miracle to tell me the name of his pawn shop and he disappeared. Wait a minute. What did Carol say? I don't know what happened. It looks like Bombastic was responding to Carol, but I don't even see Carol's message. That's one thing you don't do is mess around with your feet. You have to walk. Cirrhosis of the liver, yes. And don't people who drink a lot have yellow eyes? I think. Omar says, I don't buy lunch. My cousin worker or boss does, so I only pay $6 for beer. I have callus. It was affected by working in a place that had heavy water damage. Drinking psoriasis of the liver. It all adds up though, Omar. Every whew, those $6, if that's a daily cost, that adds up. He has a callus. Okay. Guys, I'm going to go brush my teeth. I'm not going to be on, but I'm going to go brush my teeth, alright? Because I do want to see if what 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 else do you guys have to chat about? Omar, are you diabetic? I don't have yellow eyes. I have brown eyes. No, the white part of your eyes, are they yellow? Oh, he could get 2 Gatorades for $5 instead of the alcohol. Oh my goodness. Why is Gatorade not for you, Omar? Okay, guys, I just used my water flosser. I don't want you guys to see me. I have videos on that. Now I'm going to brush my teeth. Or I could go totally mute. It's my flosser. I'll show you guys. Let me show you. Mm. This is what was making a noise. Omar! Omar is making me laugh. I'm brushing my teeth now. Oh my goodness. Um, yeah, this is weird. I just know that if it's so late, I won't brush my teeth after. So I need to do it now. I need to get myself ready for bed. All right. Omar, you don't have an electric toothbrush. Oh, that's not what I want you guys to see. I'm in the dark. I gotta go, y'all. I want to keep talking, but I really gotta go. I gotta go to sleep. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day, night, whatever it is. I send you peace and know that Jesus Christ loves you the most. See y'all next time. Hope your foot gets better, Omar.